Walking through the new towns and housing estates, constructed before the 1997, one may figure out that many of the infrastructure, or buildings, are erected with an expression imitating the ancient Chinese architectural element, under the backdrop of modern concrete towers. However, they are just structurally and functionally not identical to the authentic one. Not identical with the modern living function. Not identical with details and scaling. And perhaps, a contrast with the building initiator, which was the colonial authority. Building a big roof, for example, was bonded by social rituals in the ancient Chinese society. A flush gable roof would represent the owner of the building to be an ordinary person, and a hip gable roof would be a temple or palace. Nevertheless, there are quite some examples that the estate arcades are built with a big double-eave roof. This unintentionally transforms the everyday space of ordinary citizens to be superior in status, as a palace for the people, cohering that consumption culture is on the high ground of the 20th century industrial capitalism. Another appropriation could be seen in the erection of gateway in the Resite village, as a compensation of local village relocation during the Newtown development. But then, as some of the Resite villages were constructed in terraced settings aligning to the street, they no longer have the identical village entrances. In such cases, the gateway were merely just placed to the leftover space of the new village. Though, making of Chineseness doesn't always come with the erection of the big Chinese roof. It could be certain forms of abstraction to Chinese construction and art, or interpret Chineseness through the construction element and media of the West. The wide appearance of the phenomenon of such architectural Orientalism in Hong Kong is undoubtedly in alignment with the discourses of global postmodernism, from the application of color, geometry, to material, in parallel to the idea of regionalism and contextualism. It is, however, worth noting the fact that modernism had not been rejected in Hong Kong at the time, and the authority did still have a strong hold on urban growth and regeneration. It may be argued that Chineseness is a kind of maximalism in design, dissolving the density brought by the Hong Kong modernist development. Appearing in the high-density residency, the Chinese landscape garden diverted attention to the unwanted details as a result of overlooking between the anthill apartment. The richness of details and colors, with regards to various types of Chineseness interpretations, have visually avoided the following images. As view from above, a depressing black hole, shaded by the tower's cluster. As view on ground level, a lonely human, standing in front of towers of 1,000 flats. These proclaimed Chinese experiences also help to justify the quality of living in the remote new towns by integrating the modern infrastructure to the context pretended to be in an almost tabula rasa approach. As such, the new town was still being felt as the new territories, with modern life in a more cultural, historical setting which differentiate housing supplies in the denser urban core, and thereby offering incentive for urban tenants to move to the remote new towns. At all, colonial Chineseness was still an architectural style justifying building modern, building homogeneity, building high density, building for the satisfaction of residents to be part of the functioning labor to the economy.